Okay, on to the next Skip the Line reaction, man. And this is the last Skip the Line reaction from last week, man. That just about wraps everything up for last week. And from tomorrow, we start with this week's Skip the Line reactions, where we have a whole plethora of brand new reactions. This one is one of my favorite bands, Linkin Park. They were my favorite band up until 21 Pilots, and then they kind of took a spot number 2, right? They took second place, right? Just absolutely topped everything, right? But this one's called Waiting for the End, Linkin Park. I'm pretty sure I know this. I can't remember it right now. I haven't heard Linkin Park for a damn long time, so I'm more than happy to react to it, because it's not something I play very often, much these days. Actually, these days I usually don't play much very often. I listen to podcasts and I watch Baby Shark and Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends and all those kind of things. So I'm not really listening to much outside of reactions. So this is like my outlet in the music side of things. So yeah, Linkin Park. I did go to their concert in South Africa. It was absolutely epic, man. What a vibe. And yeah, Chester Bennington just live was incredible. May he rest in peace, man. It was insane. Let's go. Let's see what we've got. Hey. Yeah. This is not the end. This is not the no, yes. Of course, I know this. Come on, bro. This track is fire, bro. This is not the end. This is not the beginning. Just a voice like a riot rocket every revision. But you listen to the tone and the violent rhythm, and know the words sound steady, some empties within them. We say yeah, with fists flying up in the air, like we're holding on to something that's invisible there. Cause we're living at the mercy of the pain and the fear, until we get it, forget it, let it all disappear. Yeah. Waiting for the end to come, wishing I had strength to stand. This is not what I had planned. It's out of my control. Flying at the speed of light, thoughts were spinning in my head. So many things were left unsaid. I swear to God, Chester Bennington was just literally leaving subliminal messages around the entire time about his mental state. And I just think people didn't pay attention to it. They thought, okay, well, this was just part of the music. Obviously, it's hard to actually pay attention to. So you actually think, okay, well, this music is sort of his therapy. But I kind of feel like he was just leaving subliminal, saying this, I was struggling with my mental health. I don't particularly think that this was a song about mental health, but subliminally it may very well have been. I actually think this is more a song about the end of the world, with regards to like, the end is near, nuclear warfare, whatever you want to think. Never did you think a song would be so prevalent today, right? We thought that fucking conversation was out the window a couple of years ago with the Cuban Missile Crisis, and now we're like, fucking hell, we're closer than ever. But I feel like that's how I always perceived this song. Was like end of the world type vibe, but then also it's kind of a song of your own internal struggles. It also feels like you can interpret it that way, right? The words just they click and connect that way. Thoughts were spinning in my head. So many things were left unsaid. It's hard to let you go. Try to just laugh because I'm holding on to something that I don't even have.
holding on to something you don't even have is just like, that's the very definition of defeatist, in the sense that, well, I'm holding on to something that doesn't exist. I don't even have that. Why am I holding on to it? Why don't I hold on to things that I do have? That's far more important, essentially. Right? I always felt this as waiting for the end. You see, now that I'm listening to it again, I always thought this was like end of the world type stuff. I always felt like this is like end of humanity and appreciating what you kind of have and realizing that, you must sort of take account of the beautiful moments you have. That was my thought then, but now I kind of feel like this is a very personal song. I feel like this is very much like a Chester Bennington, again, like I told you, speaking about his own mental capacity and his own mental strife, much like a lot of other people who used to listen to their music as well.
Sitting in an empty room, trying to forget the past. This was never meant to last. I wish it wasn't so. I know what it takes to move on.
This song is beautiful.
I know how it feels tonight. All I wanna do is trade this life for something new, holding on to what I haven't got.
Yeah, what was left when that fire was gone? I thought it felt right, but that right was wrong. All caught up in the iron storm, trying to figure out what it's like.
See, all caught up in the iron storm. That's why I thought this was a song of war. This is why I thought this was a song of like nuclear Armageddon or war. That's how I interpret it. All caught up in an iron storm, right? An iron storm meaning like military equipment, that kind of vibe. I always felt that this was a song of war, and it could still very well be. I'm not entirely sure, but it feels more to me like it's more of like a personal song to the individual. I guess you can interpret it however you really want, right? This over here, this particular song in their live concert in South Africa was absolutely beautiful. And when you get like the whole crowd singing along with it, it was like, most of their songs were just mind-blowing, right? Most of them were all crowd pleasers.
What was left when that fire was gone? I thought it felt right, but that right was wrong. All caught up in the iron storm, trying to figure out what it's like moving on. And I don't even know what kind of things I said. My mouth kept moving and my mind went dead. So picking up the pieces now, where to begin? The hardest part of ending is starting again.
And the instrumentation was so sick.
All I wanna do is trade this life for something new, holding on to what I haven't got.
This is not the end, this is not the beginning. Just a voice like a riot rocking every revision. But you listen to your tones in the light of the rhythm. Words sound scary, something you didn't say yet. It's flying up in the air, like we're holding on to something that's invisible there. 'Cause we're living in mercy, here, waiting to hear today. Forget it, let it all disappear.
Fire, bro. Linkin Park's just different, bro. Linkin Park's just such a dirty good band, though. Such a dirty good band. I need to get back into like listening to them. It's crazy how they've like, I've got playlists of them, but they don't even come up anymore. It's just so, my playlists are so littered with the likes of like 21 Pilots, Dax, Hobson, a lot of the rappers, obviously. 21 Pilots, I frequent 21 Pilots. I absolutely adore 21 Pilots, right? But again, like I'm not listening to much music, like personally in my own life. I'm not listening to much music, man. I'm listening more to podcasts and things of the sort, and then obviously doing things with my son and stuff like that. So I'm not appreciating. I hate to not like listen to music and not be able to appreciate it. For it to just play in the background is pointless to me. Do you know what I mean? Where I get to appreciate the music is here with you guys. That's literally where I listen to music these days. Is literally just sitting behind this desk and listening to it with you, right? And trying to interpret it as best I can. And yeah, So for me, that's where my music journey is right now. But geez, Linkin Park, man, is something that I just really do need to try and see if I can bring it back up onto the top playlists of my iTunes sort of playlists. Anyway, that was beautiful. Obviously, it's Linkin Park, and yeah, that'll do for today. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Please stay safe, please stay healthy. Peace.